Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again. This time I'm doing an anime review of a series that I have decided to watch through a second time. And having watched it, it's really set around the lives of people of the sea and the land within the story. And the characters that we are pretty much introduced with at the start are Hikari, Manaka, Kanami, and Hisaki, as they now must attend high school on the surface or on the land, where we end up meeting the character of Sumugu and eventually Sayu, Sayama, Muna, and of course we have Akari, who is Hikari's sister. And from there we end up getting to see some of the things that happen between the surface as well as the land. And with some of the events that happen at the school, we end up having a bit of a swimming event, plus a bit of a festival that is held in relation to honouring the sea god, and that's with a little g, I will say in this, not a big G. To which they have a celebration using an ofanuki. So once things continue on in relation to the festival of events, now this goes through to about episode 13, to which around 13, 14, 15 is where we get a time skip of about 5 years. And after the 5 years, we do get to see a lot of change that has taken place. So after the Ofanuki, we do know that there are some missing characters at this time, but we also know some characters who are still around from the first part of this story, such as Akari, Muna, and of course we end up introduced to Akira, who is basically Hikari's nephew. As time goes by, we learn that Hikari is basically the first one who gets up out of hibernation. Then later on, or a little bit after that, it's Kanami. And we have quite a bit happening within the story with a lot of these characters. It does also center a lot on the topic of love, but it also centers on other things as well, such as important memories that play a part, plus a number of other things that take place in the story. Within the story, we also get an underlying story, to which takes place sort of a little bit before the characters, and Uruku-sama plays a part in that, as he's seen as the scale of the sea god, little g. And throughout these episodes, we get a really good introduction in regards to all that story, but we also learn that even the sea god too also has sort of feelings for people of the surface. I'll try not to give away too much in this part of the review, as it's definitely worth the watch of all 26 episodes from beginning to end. So moving into the rest of my notes, we also have the cast of characters that play a part in the story. So we have Hikari, Kanami, Sumugu, who is on the surface, but later on is able to sort of come into the sea. We also have Hisaki, Akari, who is Hikari's sister, Akira, who is Hikari's nephew, Muna, who basically becomes a part of the extended family and later on able to also enter and swim in the sea. We have Uruku-sama, who is connected to the scale of the sea, or he's connected to the sea god. Plus we have the Fishermen's Union, we have Sumugu's grandpa and Sayama. The key locations that take place in this, I'll probably butcher them, but I'll give it the best try I bloody got. First is Shio and Oshi. We also have the Hamaji Junior High School. We also move into the next area, which is time, to which happens the 5 years goes past, and that we eventually get to see what happens after the event of the hibernation. Some of the early things that happen in the story in regards to events, we have the swimming, plus the basically the sea festival. So the next thing I want to bring up is how much I enjoyed the soundtrack as well. Even though the soundtrack isn't going to be rated in this, it will basically be covered in regards to the story rating. So moving into the story, or the overall rating for this, for the main characters, I give an 8 out of 10. For the supporting characters, an 8 out of 10. For the animation, I really loved and enjoyed what PA Works did, a 7.5 out of 10. And for the overall story, a 8.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day, and I highly recommend you check out this anime.